All right, everybody. How is it going out there? We are back for a surprise special Sunday show because everything's been messed up around here lately with power outages and everything, but we're going to get into that in a little bit. Oh, man. Well, sitting over here to my right is the disembodied voice of...
I am the disembodied voice tonight.
It is Michelle. Michelle is joining us. How is everything looking out there in the chat room?
Let's see. We've got Ghost Dragon joining us. We've got Mr. C and Straw Dog. Oh God, let's see. Who else we've got? Scrolling up. We've got Eris.
Yep, we got Eris. We got Ghost Dragon. Ghost Dragon has joined us.
Yep. It said Ghost was there.
Yeah.
So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining the show.
Yes. And so today we're going to be talking about all kinds of things. UFOs, train derailments, speculations, corrections, power outages, all that stuff. And just wanted to give everybody a shout out and come on board and let's talk. So, Michelle, do you think we should bring the guys on?
I think that we need to bring our gentlemen on tonight.
All right. So let's go ahead and start with we got a beanie wearer in the back. It looks like he's got a skull on that hat. He's really rocking it out. It's the badass of Detroit Paranormal. He's got some crazy stories too. Burton, what's up, man?
How's it going? This is my Michigan, because it's in the shape of the Michigan skull and crossbones, kind of Jolly Roger, you know.
Cool. It's hard to see that, you know. It's hard to see the shape of it because I'm looking at you on a small little screen there.
Yeah, no, it's actually from a really cool company called Inked Detroit, and they have a store down there somewhere relatively close to Redford, because I know my sister said it's close to her house and she lives in Redford. So, but yeah, it's a really cool store. People should check it out.
Yeah, shout out to them. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, and let's see. We got one other person that we got to bring on here. We've got the dog lover, or actually, we want to thank Charlie for allowing his owner human his human servant to come on the show tonight. So let's bring him on.
It's his human.
It's Guy Merritt.
Who are you people? And what are you doing on my internet? Where am I?
Get in, loser. We're doing butt stuff.
Yeah. Love that shirt. Get in, loser. We're doing butt stuff.
Yeah.
I was just on Amazon. I found the metal sign of that for you.
Did you really?
I did.
Cracked me up when I opened that up for Christmas or something.
Well, I can't hang it in my classroom, so.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I could, but I'm not ready to retire just yet.
Yeah, I don't want to see a report on like WXYZ or whatever it is. Teacher fired.
Yep. So, Guy, what's been going on with you, man? Anything new since the last
Chasing
time?
Puppies. I'm a puppy wrestler. If I look tired, it's because Charlie decided at like 7:30 this morning it was time to lick me all over, you know, and he just had some burst of energy at 7:30 a.m. and I went to bed late. And by the time he was done, I mean, I fought with him for later. Then I just got up and I'd take a nap. So that my life's pretty exciting, you know. I don't know. What am I even doing here?
Usually, if you want to be licked all over, you got to pay extra for that guy.
Yeah, normally I have to go to an Oriental health spa, but there was no happy ending involved in this. It was just
oh Lord. This is going down the tubes really quickly.
Well, you know, Linda and I were watching. You got such a cool intro, and Linda was waltzing through, and we were like, wow, that is so cool. And I said, yeah, it sucks that it's all downhill from here. Yeah.
The intro sucks you in, and then we throw you away.
Yeah, I would just like do the intro and say, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the whole thing. See you later. Send money.
Oh, yeah, right. Buy a shirt. Yeah. And speaking of that, this podcast and show is supported by your contributions. So down below in the show description, you will find links to all of our channels. Go and subscribe. There are links to the Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters podcast web store, our PayPal, things like that. So any donations appreciated, because we are funded by the public, like PBS.
This episode
is like you.
This episode is, I was going to say, it's what it sounded like. This episode was funded by a generous donation from the Home Depot Corporation.
Yeah. Well, if it was
Something, I
Home
don't know.
Depot, shoot. We'd only do one show and we'd be retired.
Lockheed Skunk Works.
Yeah, there you go. Speaking of that, just some quick news. Jim Goodall, our good friend, has been hanging out at SpaceX with Elon Musk, getting his tour. So,
Yeah.
Jim, hopefully you're having a good time with that, or you've had a good time and you're done with your.
Yeah, he was posing in pictures. It was cute.
Yeah.
That's
You
yeah,
could
cool.
see how excited he was.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
So man, we got a lot of things that we need to talk about. I want to talk about some guests we got coming up here in the future, some changes that had to be made because of our lovely ice storms here in Southeast Michigan. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. So I'm going to ask Burton. So Burton, anything new in the paranormal front? I thought I saw something about a new show or something that was going on. Care to elaborate?
Oh yeah.
Hi, Diane.
Hi Diane. There's a show that's airing currently. It's on.
And we lost Burton in a
Wow.
very
Look at that
It's not a
shot
good
of him.
pose.
His eyes have rolled up into the back of his head.
I know. What the hell?
Wow.
If it is a paranormal podcast, I think he
Oh,
just channeled.
man.
All right. Well,
He
I'm
looks,
gonna
he
move
looks like
him-
a zombie. He
I'm
looks like
gonna
a
move him to the
zombie.
back.
He looks like a freaking zombie. How appropriate
all right.
for this show.
Hey, I got a new co-host for us. He'll be joining us here in 1 second. His name is Bert Zombie. Oh, he's not showing up. Darn it.
Boy, Burton's. This is gonna.
Rick said, "Will
And I
you
gotta
ask
get
for
the dog.
paranormal?"
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Eris, how are you? I saw Aaron is in the chat as well. So good seeing you. Hey, Rick Davis is
Good.
here. Welcome, welcome. Diane's here watching us and Richie at the same time and over at Goofon. So definitely big shout out to Richie and all the Goofonians over there. And thanks for shouting us out, Richie.
Say hi, Charlie.
And there's Charlie, and we've got Burton is back.
What happened there?
Yeah.
I looked like
I
I was
don't
The
know, man.
Exorcist.
It's like that.
You look like you were a zombie, man.
Oh,
Your eyes
man.
rolled back in
Oh.
your head.
You
That
got
was
to
funny.
watch. You've got to watch the replay.
Ah.
Literally, when it
was-
froze, your eyes were like you had no eyes. You looked like a
No,
zombie.
I have the YouTube feed up, and it's like 4 seconds behind this. So I jumped over to that real quick to see what was going on, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Let's scare the shit out of people.
Yeah.
They're running to the exits, man.
Hey,
That
you know,
was
I thought
funny.
it was
Right when I
worried
started
about-
talking about ghosts too.
Yeah, well, I was worried about putting those little jump scares in the intro because I didn't want to really like freak anybody out, and then here's Burton going, ah.
I was talking about not feeling good. I thought you'd had a stroke or something. Like, wow.
All right, Burton, what is going on in the paranormal
Well,
field?
yeah.
Let's try this again.
Well,
Something
Yeah, be
just
careful.
recently came
Go
out.
slow. Go slow.
Right. Yeah. No. There's a new show on Hulu that I've been watching called UFOs, investigating the unexplained. I think is the subline. 5-episode series. 4 episodes are out now. The last one comes out, I think, on the 28th, Tuesday, and on Hulu at least. Airs on the 27th, I think, on the National Geographic channel. I think. Either way, though, it was just a little 5-part series. I had nothing else to watch one night. I threw it on. I thought it was pretty good. So that was interesting. So that's been interesting so far, as a lot of the stuff that we've talked about that you've
Yeah.
had guests on to talk about, Lou Elizondo and
Corbell.
Heineck, Corbell,
Yeah.
all everyone, and but it's been good. I like the production. I like what they're doing with it, and like the way they frame everything. It seems really cool. And they even have a couple people that I was not previously that familiar with, especially like the specific reporters that broke a lot of the cases and stuff like that. So it was interesting to hear from them as well. But besides that, I mean, there have been
What about our boy Shippy?
Oh, the new Hell House, Michigan Hell House that just aired on. I think that was on the Travel Channel. It actually airs again tonight. I think in 13 minutes on the Travel Channel, either at 9 or 10.
I'm leaving.
Or maybe it was at
leaving.
noon. I don't
Yeah,
know. I could be wrong about that, but it's on the Discovery Plus app. But yeah, Michigan's own Steve Shippey, who is the main guy in Haunted Saginaw, and you can look up a lot of his movies are for free if you have a Prime membership. Not all of them, but a lot of them. He's made like over 10 documentaries now, and he was also the host of Hauntings in the Heartland, which has like one season out, I think, on Travel Channel. And he does he's done, this was the Michigan Hell House was a series that Travel Channel has called Shock Docs, and a lot of them look into other stuff. Like there's one like the real story that the movies the Scream movies are based on. I think that's the Gainesville killer down in Florida or something like that. I could be wrong about the specific serial killer, but so they do like these series, and there was Steve Shippey did the Michigan Hell House. He also did the one that they did about Ed Gein, and he actually investigated Ed Gein's house in Wisconsin.
The crazy guy, man.
Yeah, you know, Leatherface, Hannibal, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that, see, for me personally, the Michigan Hell House documentary was not, there was some new stuff and there was some cool stuff in there that I had never seen before, but because I've been following him for so long, I already kind of knew a lot of what was said in that, but at the same time, I'm like, for people that don't know about this case, this is a great spot to start, and then you can go back and see the rest of his other, I think he's already done 2 other documentaries on that house. And
his stuff is fantastic. I really like it.
Really good.
I've seen really one of his things, and it was a while back. It was before you guys, I think it was before we even started doing these things, and it was real good, and it was interesting.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it.
He's done a lot, and he every single year, huge shout out to him, because now he has the Haunted Saginaw Museum, which is located, of course, in Saginaw, Michigan. And and every which you can go to, you know, it's open during the week, I think, and stuff. And in every October at the Temple Theater in downtown Saginaw, Michigan, he has a 2-night red carpet premiere for his new, whatever his new movie is. He almost does a new movie every year. So he obviously hasn't done it in a couple of years because of pandemic and everything, but like it is coming back this year. He is coming back with, I think, a Haunting on Brockway Street 2, because Haunting on Brockway Street, I think, was the last one.
Yeah, and just real quick, Burton, sorry to interrupt,
no,
but
fine.
We generally only get to see like our YouTube watchers that are watching, and if you're watching via Facebook, hi to everybody watching Facebook. It doesn't tell us if you are watching. I do know that we did get some comments from somebody who said they were from Monroe and saying hello. And Burton, isn't there one of these like paranormal places down in Monroe as well? One of these museums?
Yes, totally. Thank you. That, like, within the last 3 years, both of these different museums opened up. The one in Monroe is actually owned by someone that I've met, a guy named Nate Thompson, who's also a filmmaker, and I was an extra in one of his movies, and I actually just reached out to him over this past week to get him on Lost in the Dark, my other podcast. And we're setting something up. He has he makes movies. He's in the metal scene. He's in the paranormal scene. He has this haunted museum down in Monroe, which I'm planning on visiting here in the next month or so, if I can. And he also bought like an old, like a I don't know how to explain it, but like a fake little like Western town amusement park kind of thing, but not with like rides. It just set up like an old fashioned Western town somewhere down near Monroe, but it's been abandoned for many years. He bought it in this year. He's planning on opening. It's going to be a year round like Halloween town sort of thing. Like he's going to have like haunted displays and like everything's going to be Halloween oriented, and it's going to be a year round thing. So like if you're from Michigan, think Bronner's, but Halloween.
Okay. So Eris wants to know Monroe where? Do you know where?
Monroe,
exactly?
Michigan. Yeah, it's just
like
down
what
river.
part of Monroe?
Oh, I don't know the specific. No.
Okay.
The images I've seen give me the impression that it's right downtown. But if you just search Monroe Haunted Museum, it's you'll find it quick, and you'll
Okay.
find a lot of articles featuring Nate Thompson, the owner. He's a really cool
All
guy.
right. So there we go. So it's called.
It is the Monroe Haunted Museum at 44 South Monroe Street in Monroe.
There we go. So shout out
Thank
to
you, Michelle.
our peeps in Monroe, and
Yeah.
definitely let's go check that out. Maybe we can even get him to come on here, and we can do a swap cast of some kind.
Because he's got a lot of in that museum. He has a lot of haunted objects, and in fact, like the museum is very new, but he's already started doing things where like people can come from like 8-9 o'clock or so at night and stay in the museum until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and do an investigation. And so he's already started doing that, and I'm planning on doing that at some point this year.
Well, here we go. We've got a flood of people coming in from GoofOn. Richie must have just finished up, so need to give a quick shout out to Metalhead, Search and Destroy, Stu Gerson. What's going on? Intergalactic Overhaul. Good seeing you. What's up, Barry? Glad you're here. Let's see. GoofOn in the house. Yes, all of us Goofonians. Denbub is here. Che Ragnason is here. So awesome. Glad you guys have jumped in. Most people in this community are full of she. How are you doing, man?
Ragnarsson.
S with a capital hit. And we got Dark Room has joined. Arrows Andy is now joined. Oh, Zach Diecast Monsieur is here. FAP is here. What's going on, man? Diane's obviously here. Atlantis is found. What's up, man? Good to see you.
I was going to say, anybody wanting the website, I just put the link in the chat.
Oh, there we go.
On Facebook. So Nate Thompson video.com, and it actually takes you right to the main page for the Michigan Museum of Horror.
So let's do one step better for them and check this out, everybody. There we go. That's the website.
Oh, wow.
Michigan's first year-round multi-story horror attraction. Not to be confused with horror from like Las Vegas. Those are a different type of attraction.
Jesus, Murphy.
All right.
Oh,
but there's your hours of operation. Oh my lord. But this, by the way, this live show is a little bit less professional than our normal podcast, our audio podcast that we do. So I apologize in advance.
No, I'm really excited to get him on my show, and definitely it'd be fun to probably all of us talk with him too. Because
that'd be really cool.
He's someone who the scene that in the movie, which is not out yet, but the scene that I was in was I was someone in a crowd at a metal concert. Like there was actually like a band, my friends in the Convalescents were performing.
Gotcha.
And so I know he has like, he has a hand in the paranormal world, a hand in the metal world, much like me. And I think, and a hand in the filmmaking world, which is something I've always loved. So it's, I'm really excited to get to talk to him. So everybody, be sure to check him out, follow him on socials and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I see Richie's here. Hey, Richie, what's going on there? Cheese neck, rubberhead, whatever.
I like the who's the lady talking. I'm like, it's the disembodied voice over here.
You know, on that paranormal thing you've got, if you could get some dead people to come on, that would be cool.
All right.
That would probably involve like getting out a Ouija board, and then we'd have to have Richie on for that. And I don't even want to
charge a lot. I think they have a strong union.
You know, that is funny though. There was one time I did an investigation once.
Oh, come on.
Where it was the first time we were ever invited to a private residence. And we were alone in there and we were investigating, and I was like, you know what? And I brought all of my podcast equipment and I set it up and I was like, let's do a podcast here while we're doing this investigation at some point. Because these are really expensive, good microphones. Like if something's going to pick something up, You know what I mean? Like, why not use the best microphone?
Yeah.
And I was thinking that the whole time, and we never got anything really there. But I wonder if, like, I don't know. I've always kind of wondered about that, because in all the paranormal stuff, you never see people like, you got they got good microphones. Don't get me wrong. They're on TV. They have good microphones, but at the same time, it's like, why does it always come through a voice recorder or a spirit box flipping through radio stations instead of a Shure SM7B? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's I don't know. It's just something I've kind of always thought about.
Yep, absolutely. So we got 43 people watching right now. Hey guys
Wow.
Oh my god,
and ladies.
I've
Thanks
never
for,
had that many. I've never had that many people looking at me once.
Right.
Good day from Australia, Brad Rowenfeld. Hey, good to see you. Robert Smith's in the room now. Good seeing you guys. Yeah, so we got a lot going on and a lot to talk about.
Yeah, let's get
and
into it.
not a lot of time to do it. So, but glad to see everybody here. Thanks to our Goofonian family for joining in, and Richie for giving us a shout out on his show that we were going live tonight. So awesome. Thank you very much, Richie. We know you're a good dude, man. We love you.
You had to pay him for that, didn't you?
I did. I had to pay him. I sent him like $1.50 through PayPal, and I got a shot. No, I'm kidding. So
I'm kidding you.
oh man. So all right, a couple things. First of all, let's talk about being hungry. Are you guys hungry? Michelle, are you hungry? Disembodied voice, she don't eat. That's right. I don't know. Burton, do you know
I'm thinking Twisted Sister, stay hungry.
I just woke up again, as usual.
Well, then, Guy, if you just woke up, you definitely need some like delicious Coney Island from down here in New
Boston Coney and Grill.
You know, you guys make me want to try this place. I'm not gonna lie, I've never been.
I'm gonna talk about that 1 second.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Here is a free ad that we do for our friends here in New Boston. Check it out.
Cool.
Traveling near New Boston, Michigan? Hungry? Well then, you need to check out New Boston Coney and Grill, tucked away at 37005 Huron River Drive. With daily specials, homemade soups and desserts, and a staff that makes you feel like family, you will not be disappointed. Give them a try for dine-in or carry-out at 734-606-5313. You can find their page, including their menu, on Facebook. Bon appetit.
All right. So
awesome.
We just love those people in that family, and we love to do this for them and help them out.
How do you guys know them?
Just they've been here in town.
The owners, she worked at another Coney Island in town. And so her and her husband got a chance to, purchase this one building and start up their own business. So this has been like a lifelong dream of theirs.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
awesome.
They just celebrated 1 year, and they gave out free desserts to everybody. So
what scares me is it said make you feel like family. Like is somebody going to say you're never going to amount to anything?
No, they wouldn't do that. But I will tell you, Guy, when you go in there and you eat their food, because they do their stuff homemade. I know the first time I ate their food and the home cooking there, I had one very special thing to say.
Now,
hey, I don't want to interrupt Burton, but he's willing to discuss. Do you guys want to see a cool ghost video?
I don't know, but we've got Zach so confused. He's like, "Who's the lady talking?"
That would be Michelle.
Yeah, it's
my co-host.
It's the other
wife.
co-host. I'm just not on camera tonight.
The thing is,
over there.
If we don't put her picture up, we don't have to pay her. So,
no picture, no pay. So
buy a coffee mug.
I want to know real quick, Guy, you're you currently reside in and are from the general Flint area, right?
Yeah, I live. You know, it's funny. Everybody's into this anonymity stuff. I live in Lapeer.
Well, but Flint
Yeah,
area is
yeah,
what I'm
well,
going for, and Wayne
Yeah,
from
Lapeer
the
is kind
Detroit
of the
area.
Flint area. It's about.
It's
I
just
think we're
25
about
minutes outside.
15, no,
Maybe.
not even. We're like
Or 15. Yeah.
minutes.
And Wayne, you're from the Detroit area.
Yeah.
And in Michigan, we have a battle between Flint and Detroit style Coney dogs. Where do you
man.
guys
Flint,
land?
no, Flint
Oh.
rules, dude. They're the one thing that I missed. You know, I was a musician for years.
Yes.
I lived in DC for a couple of years, lived in Nashville, lived in Vegas, lived in Houston. And one thing that I missed was Flint, Coney Islands. I'd go in and order a Coney Island, think I was going to get this kind of Coney Island that I would get in Flint, and I'd get like
Oh no.
a chili dog or a bean dog. Or
Ah.
something.
Well,
So
somebody just said in chat, and I don't know who said it, but somewhere they said it amazes me how many people don't know what a coney is. Like what comes on a coney, and
Yeah.
it's generally hot dog, chili, and mustard and,
And
onions.
Onions. Yep.
Yeah,
It's not really chili in the Flint area.
No, it's
just-
more. It is a type of chili, but it's like a thicker, beefier. Like,
It's-
there's no beef. Like
going
I don't
way
like it.
down
I
the
don't
rabbit
like it.
hole.
With
They
beans
actually
either.
grind up hot dogs and put pepper.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
this weird recipe that my mother actually got one time,
yeah.
and it's
Okay,
got a lot of
so
weird
you
stuff
don't,
in it.
You don't like it. You don't like it soupy. Guy.
No, it's not
No.
soupy at all.
So
man.
Detroit style is more soup. A little
Yeah.
bit. It's more the thinner
It's a chili dog.
kind of
Yeah.
brother.
chili style.
It's not a coney.
Which,
That's a friggin' chili dog. I'm
personally-
sorry to
which-
bust your bubble.
which personally is what I prefer.
There
I
we
like
go.
the Detroit style.
Barry said it. Chili fries with cheese. Got to add onions too.
Absolutely.
You guys are making me hungry. You know?
But well, we got Richie is here from Goof On, and I do need to do a PSA for him. He was on his show earlier today talking about he doesn't know what's going on. He might be ill or something's wrong because his clothes aren't fitting well. And I had to break the news to him that he's been impregnated by an alien.
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
So he's going to be
possibly.
an alien baby daddy soon. So
Alien
Richie.
baby daddy.
yeah,
Wow.
Richie, we're pulling for you, man. We hope you're going to be okay with this.
Start looking
So-
for cute onesies for you on Amazon.
Yeah. So, I mean, because we have guy who was wearing the get in loser, we're doing butt stuff,
Well,
t-shirt.
hopefully it's a
So it just kind of
xenomorph.
all went. I know Richie works out kind of hardcore.
Yeah, he
So
does.
he's like, I'm getting ripped. So he's going down to like 0 body fat. But yeah, so just had to mess with him because I was messing with him in chat, and I don't know if he realized what I was talking about then or not. But yeah, so one thing I did want to bring up is we had a crazy ice storm here the previous Wednesday,
No.
Thursday, and there are some people still without power. And because of that, we had to reschedule one of our guests for the audio podcast. And that guest is Preston Dennett. He's going to come on, and we got him now confirmed for our March. I want to
16th.
get nope, it's not March 16th. It's March 18th and 19th. He'll be on that weekend show
Wow.
with the podcast. So with the audio podcast.
What day did you say? March 18th?
Yeah, March 18th and 19th. That's when we'll release it.
Yeah,
So because he's out of town and all that stuff now. So
18th is my day. You know what I mean?
yeah. So we're going to be recording a interview with him on the 16th.
Okay, that's
And then putting
he's
the
like
show
confusing me.
Yeah. But it'll be released on the 19th. So thanks to our lovely weather here in Michigan. Hey, Samo, what's going on? It's the best we could do. So
I'm excited. Preston's
yeah.
a nice guy. I mean, some people criticize him. He kind of believes everybody, but he's just the nicest guy. I mean, I think he's so damn nice that he can't imagine anybody is lying, and I don't know that anybody that he presents is lying, but I know he's done a bunch of videos with a gal named Dolly Saffron, who's got a wild story, and I don't disbelieve her. I don't I don't call anybody a liar because my life's been too weird. But she's got a wild story, and I know a lot of people, frankly, who don't believe it. And but Preston has this encyclopedic knowledge of this subject of UFOs. That should be good. Encyclopedic. I don't know why I couldn't say that. I think maybe I had a mini stroke or something. Pretty common word, actually.
Guy, I'm going to start introducing you as the co-host with the most like medical ailments.
I got a lot
known to man.
Hey, I didn't take real good. I didn't live a life of moderation until I was about. Oh shit! I just spilled my coffee. Son of a bitch! Can I swear and stuff on this thing?
Well, kind of late now.
Yeah, I guess I didn't mean to. Oh man, I got coffee on my. Damn it! I told you I just woke up. I'm an old man. Hey, I get a question. Can I throw this out there? You know, we all love Jim Goodall, right?
Yeah.
And he believes Bob Lazar. And at points in my life, I've thought, yeah, I can't imagine a guy making this up because, of course, I think we all operate, we all think people are like we are. I wouldn't make something like this up, but there's a video online, a guy, and the guy's very fair-handed, very even-handed about it. He doesn't say Lazar's lying, but man, it's called "Is Bob Lazar Believable?" The hard evidence against him. It's on YouTube, and man, there was some stuff in there that freaked me out. I mean, freaked me out. Like a clip of Bob Lazar giving the names of a couple of teachers he had at MIT, and in fact, when they looked them up, one of them was one of his high school science teachers, and the other guy was a guy that he took a class from at Pierce College, which is a small college, I believe. He took an electronics course. And I mean, it's just full of stuff like that with him absolutely being exposed as a bullshitter. And it's not good. I mean, it was just kind of shocking, actually, how it's a very well done video. And I like the guy's style because he doesn't say the guy's lying. He says, I kind of believed him. I'm not saying he's lying, but he goes through this thing. It's based on a lengthy Reddit post that a guy did. And it's a really interesting video because, because for one thing, Jim Goodall is such a sharp guy. And I know I got the impression he knows Lazar and I think he believes him. And, I was always of the opinion that, maybe the guy's telling the truth. I don't, like I said, I'm reluctant to call anybody a liar. So, that's a business for other people. I don't know who's lying. I'm not, the determinative. I'm not some kind of human lie detector.
Yeah.
I don't know who's telling the truth. But
Burton, you want to jump in on that?
Well, the thing about that is I guess I would have to watch the video that you're talking about, guy, because what is known with 100% certainty, like 100% proven, that people within the United States government and other places, I think too, actively put out false information about Bob Lazar.
What's funny? What's funny? This guy in that video, he says maybe this is disinformation.
Yeah, like they actively have been proven. Like there have been things that have been 100% proven that was the case. All of it, but some of it, all of it I don't know. Some of it certainly, like absolutely 100% proven.
No, that's a good observation.
So it's just, it's one of those, like, and that's the other thing too, is I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a human lie detector either, but I do, like, I got my degree in communications, but really I only got it in a broad communication sense because the school that I went to didn't offer a degree in nonverbal communication, which was my specific area of study. Which
like
is
body language. You mean body language? Wow.
Yes, that's what I studied for a long, like while I was in school and stuff. Like that's what I was fascinated by. And like micro expressions and things like that. And I know there's a lot of disinformation out there about the accuracy of that as well. But when I mean, it just, either Bob Lazar is a fantastic actor.
Yeah,
he's telling
I
the
know.
truth
I
to me.
agree. I agree.
You know what I mean? Like,
I
to me,
agree. I mean,
what it
that's,
is.
I watched this and thought, man, did I get sucked in?
Yeah.
I mean, but at the same time, the reason I like this video is this: some dude made a lengthy Reddit post. Then this guy, he's got like a German or Swiss accent, did a really good video on it. And throughout it, he says, hey, this may have been done by some government disinformation guy, and but there are some clips, for instance, with Lazar saying, they asked him, I watched the clip, and it's Bob Lazar, and it's not lip synced, and they ask him the names of his teachers, and he gives the name of one guy, and it was his high school that he said were at MIT, and it was a high school science teacher he had, and the other guy he said that was at MIT was a guy who, man, I made a mess with this coffee. The guy was a teacher at Pierce College.
Well, one of the things I wanted to do is that Rick Davis brought up a comment. When you actually see one with a witness, then you will need no faith to believe you have personal experience. And then Richie came on and says it's all about the personal experience. And I think that's kind of the key to all of these things. And
that's all we can really know. I mean, I've had crazy experiences.
Yeah.
My
feelings on Bob Lazar is I don't know him. I know Goodall has had a lot of interaction with him, along with Rich. Was Bill Rich? Was that his name? That was like the CEO.
You're talking about Ben Rich, the Lockheed
Ben Rich, from Lockheed Skunk Works.
Yeah.
And who knows? I mean, people can be,
I don't know either,
like psychopaths and not show emotion and be good liars and have other things going on, and like that's their thing. It's up to the individual, right, to decide if they want to believe them or not. And if you don't believe, it's all about personal confirmation bias. So if you don't want to believe Bob Lazar, you're going to look for things that confirm your belief that he is lying. If you want to believe Bob Lazar, you're going to believe everything that he puts out there.
For me, it's not a wanna, don't wanna thing. It's just, I listen to somebody's testimony, try to size them up, see if it comports with anything that I've seen, or, I mean, it's not want to or not want to for me.
Yeah. But somebody took the energy to put out there, and if it's an investigative thing, hey man, more power to you. And I don't know. I'm just completely neutral in this stuff. I want to listen to people's stories.
As far as what Rick said, I mean, something about a personal experience. It's not like, gee, I don't believe in UFOs. I had one 125 foot above my head. 4 women were abducted. I had my house beamed in blue light. I mean, nobody's got to convince me that these things, whatever they are, wherever they're from, are real. I know they are, but as I was just referring specifically to Lazar's story, because I was, and I thought maybe I've been a rube, because, but then again, it's like this cognitive dissonance, because I have so much respect for Jim Goodall that I'm like, man, if Goodall believes him, wow. Anyway.
Yep. So, one of the other things too, I need to correct from the last live show that we did. So I talked about we're getting Preston Dennett back on, and on the previous live show, I talked about a friend of mine who in Discord put up a video of a UFO, and I thought that he put it up in Discord saying it was his video that happened to him just like last week. It was not. So I'm going to play this. Let me pull this up here and get it ready.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
you're saying the provenance of it, you have goofed up.
So
that's all right.
At this point, it's like, I'm not going to go there. But apparently this was something similar that happened to him while he was driving to Vegas. but this was filmed in northern Texas, I believe, and kind of a crazy video. And it is not my friend's video. He's got that video, but he has not released it yet. And knowing him, he's gonna interrogate the hell out of that and may not even put it up, depending, right? But it was something to this effect.
It's a pretty interesting video, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was really fascinating. Sure as hell doesn't look fake.
So this was,
Well,
this was
the
on
one that
TikTok.
we talked about for 45 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it's a good video though.
Oh,
I don't know what it is. And then the fighter jets come in.
Yeah, it's not fake. I don't buy
And
that.
you can see the contrails and
That's
stuff.
not
Something's going
CGI.
on. No, it's definitely not like
No.
CGI.
Yeah.
But what it is, I have no idea, and I'm not gonna rule anything out. But you can see that there's some kind of a trail here. Something is going on. And with this perspective and things, I mean, you have not pareidolia, but you have parallax, right? So this thing could have been doing a loop. It looks like it looped right here and is dropping back to the ground and then flies away.
Yeah.
So it
Richie said
flattens out.
in chat that the other one with the fighter jets, the video was debunked. It was an air show.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Seriously.
see, no, that happens sometimes. Like sometimes these videos will come out and then immediately get debunked. You gotta keep.
There you go. Oh no.
Well, here's the thing,
which
right?
is a good thing. Like people are on it. Like we're looking for.
Well, this is what
real
pisses
stuff.
me off, and this is where Richie comes into things, and this is where I get mad too. Is that people know that there's a air show going on, right? And they'll film stuff and put things together and then put it out there as just hoaxed garbage, and that's the stuff that pisses me
and
off.
You said that was on TikTok.
Yeah.
Well,
all people want on TikTok are views.
Where was the air? I mean, where
want.
was this air show? I'm just curious because
This was in.
so bizarre.
I think he said it's a June 2021 video.
No
Was it
kidding.
in Texas?
Yeah, and somewhere in Texas.
Yeah.
So.
No. I mean, like something comes from TikTok. Nobody's posting something on TikTok not to get views.
Well, see, and I just want to put this out there. It's my fault. I misunderstood the provenance of the video that was put up in Discord. I thought
people make mistakes.
I thought he said that this was his video and what happened to him and his wife when they were driving. Because when he explains what happened to him and his wife, it sounds very similar to this, except he goes into more details about things blinking in and blinking out and really crazy stuff. But he put this one up because I guess somebody was asking for it, that there was some kind of video that happened, and he found it and put it up. So it was like this constant chat stream going on. And that's where I saw it, and I was like, "Holy crap, this is his stuff!"
You thought it was his, right?
Perfect storm of confusion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you made a mistake, man. What are you gonna do? Retire from
fine.
the investigative team? I mean, people make mistakes, dude.
And it's good whenever there's a new video like this. It's good to put it up and talk about it, and then when it gets debunked. Hey, it got debunked.
You put it up, and Richie is familiar with it and said it's been debunked. So now we kind of know. I mean, I'd like to look up and see I'd like to know, where that air show was. It's a real odd looking thing and what that was, but Richie probably knows.
But it could be two stitched together videos. You know what I mean? Like, because there is a break in there. So, anyways, I'm gonna let that one go. I mean.
Yeah.
So my apologies.
So many
to
people
out there.
bullshit, man.
Yeah.
And want to make money, and it's like I've got this crappy YouTube channel, no ads, no nothing. I mean,
so I guess I get one of these. My bad.
That's the shit happens WAV file, whatever they're. Don't worry about it, man.
No, I just wanted to clarify, right? I just wanted to clarify out there.
You go. That's good.
Yeah.
But you know what though? It does nothing. Like to me, it does nothing but and it's good that you clarified. That's good. But like, it's also like does nothing. but help ultimately. The more people that see more of the fake videos are able to discern between the two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not a bad thing to like talk about it, even whether it's because technically that wasn't faked. It was just miscontexted, right? Like it just wasn't in the right context.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, it's kind of irrelevant. I mean, to a certain extent, that you thought it was from a friend of yours, but no, it was from a friend of yours who found it from someone else. It's
Yeah,
kinda like,
a friend
so
of mine
what?
posted it. So, in the conversation, it's like you're standing around the water cooler, and the three of us are talking, and about,
Right.
10 minutes later, Michelle comes in and starts talking about the chili dogs we were just talking about, and then we were not talking about chili dogs at all. But here's
Hey.
a video of a chili dog.
Hey,
That's a nice video of a
Hey,
chili dog.
Richie, see the comment about the CG of ufology. Are you talking about Wayne? Because we could make him dance.
What?
What's that?
Take a look
CG.
at chat.
I don't want to. Richie's in there having too much fun.
Richie
I
is
saw something about Christina Gomez, and
crazy
I
guy.
just turned away.
I think he was calling you the Christina Gomez of ufology.
No, I thought he was
Is
calling
Christina
Rebel.
Gomez that chick
Oh.
that's always got Lou Elizondo on?
Oh yeah, she has all kinds of people on. She's very much into her show and stuff. I've had her on
Yeah.
twice, so
Well, she might be good, but I think I saw one of her video, or I looked at her video thing, and she had a whole bunch of videos with people like
Elizondo.
Lou Elizondo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, Jeremy Corbell, and I kind of stay away from those folks, but that's me.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, these experiences are personal. So,
Yeah.
I do know Richie likes the way that Christina dances in between her breaks. It's kind of funny.
Nice,
I
the
mean,
commercial breaks.
The commercial breaks.
We
Yeah.
all like dancing girls. I mean,
Yeah.
Reggies. On to the next. What's the next topic?
Yeah,
Wayne?
I know, right? The next topic. What's the next topic? Oh, speaking of guests, coming on the live show, we're going to have a guest on the live show coming up, and that's going to be this Saturday at, don't quote me on this yet, because I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be 8 p.m. next Saturday, but I think it's going to be 9 p.m. And we're going to have a, well, I'm going to play it for you. A documentary director.
What?
And
Seriously?
yeah.
I've seen
And so
it.
we're going to be talking to him. He created the movie called Alien Abductions Answers. And here
What the? Oh,
is the official trailer.
Oh,
His name is John Yost, by the way. So here we go. Can you guys hear it?
sure.
This is not communication. It's communion. Hundreds of thousands of people have claimed contact. That will change you. It changed me.
Lost in between two worlds and two dreams.
This was something that I kept buried for years. Strange things would happen. I didn't want anything to do with it anymore.
He came at me, and I fought for my life.
Ships started to pop up in the sky. And there's this bizarre disk of light. It is moving across the sky very fast.
The experience is often very terrifying.
If I felt fear, I would crawl under my covers, hoping that it would go away, whatever it was.
I know that we were put in that craft. I knew I was going to go to another planet.
And the being was right next to my face.
He saw two shadow beings. That's when I felt like I was going to die.
I had a real encounter with something, even if I had to live with the fear, is to know the truth, is to know.
Interesting.
Yeah, so John Yost will be joining us for the live stream next week in a question and answer and bringing some video clips from his movie that's streaming, as you could see. Yeah, let's see what his story is and what's going on. He obviously seems like he's gone through a traumatic experience of some type, and we can check it out and watch that movie. So
where can we find the documentary that you just showed?
that you can find all kinds of places. Let me actually pull up the exact stuff. It is
I think it's on
streaming.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, Amazon
Yeah.
Prime. It is on. Let me share this with you guys so everybody can see. Excuse me for a moment. Here we go.
Oh. Yeah, so like on everything. Almost.
So there you go.
Kind of surprised. What's weird is like Prime and Hulu seem to be like really good for like having just every like paranormal
weird.
related.
Yeah,
It just started playing all by itself. So I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but that was really weird.
Maybe we have more watchers because they're government officials and they're fucking.
Yeah,
with our shit.
maybe.
No, I'm just joking.
But you know what? Speaking of really weird, and we were talking about this, and Guy, I see your ghost video down here, and I want to bring that up.
Yeah.
That's absolutely at your discretion. It's a buddy that's of mine for about 55 years, and I thought it was pretty good.
All right. We'll take a look at that in a minute. But so Gemma Jade, who's been a guest on our show
Love
2 or
Gemma.
3 times, and she's going to be coming on. She's just released a new book. She's going to come on to talk about that sometime in March.
Nice.
Yeah, so she's going to be coming on, and so that's another guest we got coming up here in the next few weeks. She'll be on, and but she took a screenshot, and I got it on my phone, but she said every time, well, at weird times while she's like typing a text to somebody, it will put in Michigan UFO sightings and paranormal encounters podcast all by itself.
Like autocorrect?
Yeah, but not talking anything about the podcast, or she's just texting her mom or whatever, and it just fills in. And she's been trying to get a screenshot of it, and she finally did, and it is weird, and she says it happens quite often. So very, very strange stuff there.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Wacky wild stuff.
Yeah. So that was something else. So I'm gonna put Guy in the green room for a minute till he comes back. So let's see, what do we got? Samo says check Goofon's post.
I don't know, but I'm looking at the Confucius. Confucius say, go to bed with itchy butt, wake up with stinky finger.
Oh my God.
Oh man. See, this is why you need to be logged in, Michelle, so you can post because I can't see all the comments and post them.
You guys are teachers. I hope there's no students.
Confucius say, he who stands on toilet is high on pot.
You're gonna get some of these answers on your tests soon.
Yeah, that's all right.
This is why my tests are on Google Forms. They correct themselves. Stu, I've been teaching middle school for 23 years, man. A bit childish. Absolutely.
You have to be.
Hey, Barry, do you know what an upper decker is? That's an office joke. Sorry. Not sure if everybody here watches the Office.
So it looks like Richie wanted to know what the name of that movie was, and it's called Alien Abductions Answers. So by John Yost. And he will be on next week.
Anybody out there that's watching right now that's into cryptids like Bigfoot, fictional movie, totally fictional movie that I watched the other day. It's called Exists. It's like a found footage Bigfoot horror film. I thought it was really good. I was really pleasantly surprised by it, and I watched it, I think, like yesterday or something. So just throwing that out there. Anybody wants to looking for something to watch? I don't know.
Yeah. Sounds cool. All right. Let's see. Oh, how about let's talk about some little crazy stuff going on here in Michigan. Not only did we lose power for days and some people still without power because of our awesome infrastructure.
Yeah, right.
Now we have tainted dirt.
Yeah, so
and
let's take a look at this real quick.
Biohazard material being delivered to 2 different cities right on each side of us.
Yeah. So this was hard to find after they released it, but Michigan officials blindsided by the arrival of waste from Ohio train derailment. And guess what, everybody? It's about 5-6 miles from us where we're recording
spread
this
the
right
joy.
now.
Spread the joy.
Yeah. like you really want us to believe that Michigan officials are blindsided about toxic materials coming into our state?
Okay, so stop for 1 second, because this article on Channel 4 was at the top of the thread amidst all of the, power outages in Michigan. And then all of a sudden, this article just kind of like disappeared into the internet. So I had to go searching for it today. So to even find this, but yeah, there is, we've got a landfill probably less than 5 miles from us. And it's in technically Van Buren on the border of Canton. And so that is where they're taking the tainted soil to from the East Palestine, Ohio. And then some of the, the vinyl chloride is being, or has been delivered to Romulus. And Romulus, we could cross the street right where we're at and be in Romulus. So we've got the tainted dirt and the vinyl chloride now being taken care of at these facilities. Man. And now they've halted it. They've shut it down. But 15 trucks, guys, 15 trucks brought this shit in.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So let me show you this other one.
Don't bring that shit to Lapeer, man. Everybody out here's got guns. You won't
trust me. If it's down here, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So this is now the EPA orders pause of derailed contaminated waste removal.
That's what I was trying to think of, was the EPA,
because they got it all here already. I mean, come on. We are literally killing ourselves with this stuff. And I don't know. I just call it a conspiracy, a cover up, whatever, but you cannot be doing this stuff. You have to have a better way of controlling this.
There was this is an interesting story, like developing story, especially started this train derailment happened on, I believe, February 3rd.
Yep.
And then there were a few more,
and a tanker truck that was in an accident and exploded.
Yep. And all kinds of stuff. Now at the time that all of this happened, I had like basically zero perspective on anything like this personally. But like there was just, I think yesterday or the day before, Vice came out with like a 20-minute piece on it on YouTube.
I watched it.
Yeah. And they explain, and they're like, there are, X amount of I can't remember the exact number, X amount of thousand train derailments that happen every year. So it was okay. Cause like my first question was like, how often does this sort of thing even happen? And then they talked to a lot of employees of a lot of these places. And they're basically like, they've just been cutting. They're like, one guy said it used to be safety first. Now it's safety fourth.
Yeah.
And they're just cutting and cutting and cutting. Yeah.
Do you think maybe deregulating everything, removing all regulations, and there's a list a mile long of the regulations of the things that were deregulated, particularly with the rails, the railroads.
No, it's
I
just
mean, man, we don't want to get political, but
no.
you can't deregulate everything. And yeah, I think the government's corrupt, but you do
Sure.
need a government now and then
Sure.
to look over this stuff. And I think that's the story more than there's some vast crazy ass conspiracy
Yeah, no.
on toxic chemicals all over the country. I think
No. What I think is a conspiracy is that that's on the top of the front page of the website for WDIV. Shout out to Channel 4 Detroit. And then the next day, you have to like dig through
well, that's
all the information.
That's all they are,
You know,
man.
that's somebody picking up the phone and saying, "Hey, you're making us look bad that we didn't know this stuff was coming into the state."
Yeah,
That's what it is. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you can go and Guy, this is what you were saying earlier about Bob Lazar, and this is my point. People are going to look for the things that support what they want to believe. Oh, it's the Trump administration. They deregulated this stuff, blah, blah, blah. Oh,
It's not no. It's
But
not
hold on,
just
hold on,
Trump.
let me
It's
complete
all
my
of
thought.
them.
Yeah,
Let me
go.
complete my
All of
thought.
them.
It is all of them.
Mhm.
But here's the thing. The sole responsibility of somebody's business that they are running falls on that business's responsibility and accountability. And if they are not being responsible with the job that they are doing, then they need to be held accountable, regardless of who's in position or what somebody says you can get away with. If I know that if I'm going to run a business and I have safety people that I hired because we got to keep an eye on these train cars and check all of the wheels and pulling cars off if they don't match, and I let them go, that's negligence on my part.
Yes, that's exactly what.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what. Yeah.
So-
they were like it used to be like 5 minutes for every inspector to check a train cart. Now it's down to 30 seconds.
Yeah, because they don't have them. One
Well,
of
and they're
the
using
friends that
breaking.
I have worked for that company for 3 years. He was a rail inspector, and he said they laid them all off.
Yeah.
He
Right.
worked from
Yes.
Ohio all
Right.
the way across Michigan to Indiana.
Follow the money.
to save money, and they're using a braking system that was developed during the Civil War.
Yes.
These railroad companies are allowed to do that because we don't have any regulations, sensible regulations. I mean, you need some regulations,
Of course.
and we've been headed. And believe me, it ain't Trump. It's Trump and Obama and Clinton and Bush
Everything.
and all of them.
Yeah.
We've gotten
Whoever's
rid of all
paying them,
these-
man.
It's
Whoever's
it's
paying
the
them.
lobbyists. Yeah, really. That's kind of
That's what I'm saying.
it is,
Yeah, I'm
you
not
know.
picking on Trump. It's all of them, man.
No, but my
it's-
point is that, people like to make this a political thing. And for me, it's always
It's
just
not political.
holding people responsible for doing their jobs.
What's
And if you're laying your safety people off,
That's
Yeah.
what regulation
accidents
is.
are going to happen.
You know?
right, like that's you're not lay half the safety staff off at Cedar Point for 1 year and see what
Yeah.
happens.
And I don't go
See
there
what
anymore
happens.
anyways.
Watch.
But
Like-
the bottom line is, if there's not some kind of oversight, corporations are going to do whatever they want to do. There used to be the kind of social
That's the problem.
contract where we trusted, corporations. More and more and more and more, they've been let run wild to do things like Norfolk Southern spent did stock buybacks to inflate their stock. What they didn't do was take all these profits that they had made and upgrade their systems.
Right.
And I
Right.
mean, and that
Yes.
there's this.
Thank you,
I'm not talking about
Atlanta.
Wayne. I'm not talking about you, but there's this persistent myth that has grown in this country. Because I'm 71, I've watched it. That government. Well, Reagan got up and said, government isn't the solution; it's the problem. I mean, government is rotten in a lot of ways, but you do need some government regulation around these corporations in terms of what you allow them to do. If you just say, if you don't regulate them and you don't say, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, they're not going to do it. You know, you can't just go, gee, they should be responsible. It doesn't work. They're going to go, let's make as much freaking money as we possibly can. And that's going to be the end. Put a big period at the end of that. That's all the hell they're going to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I see people are really having fun in chat with this. And Den Bub is saying, my son works for the railway in Canada on track restoration, and they never stop.
There you go.
Nor should they.
Yep.
Nor should they. Think about it, people. Think about it. Like, yeah, I know. Okay. Maybe a lot of our viewers right now are from Michigan, maybe not. I don't know. But think about our roads. How often do they need to be repaired? We literally call spring construction season, like in Michigan. Like the roads need to be constantly repaired. Think about these railroads that have been there for hundreds, a couple hundred years or so.
No, Barry.
You know what I mean? Like it's just, and they're still going. They're still trucking. Like they need repair. They need repair.
And this is what I'm saying. If you look into the history of it, Norfolk Southern has made just obscene, crazy, wild profits, which is great if you're a shareholder or if you're the CEO who made some crazy amount of money last year. I heard it was like the dude made something like, I don't know, like $8 million last year, but they're not spending any money on fixing the tracks. There's no regulations on what they can do and what they can't do. We've gotten rid of all of that stuff, and I've watched it. You know, I'm 71. Feel every day of it. And I it wasn't like this when I was a kid.
Right.
There were regulations, and there were still plenty of millionaires and still plenty of billionaires. And we've been sold this idea that, oh, if they regulate things, it's going to hurt us and blah, blah, blah. No, look at the mess we've got on another one derailed in North Carolina today, I believe it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
And
shit. I get jacked out of shape about that.
But that's also it's the deregulation and like just how it all seems like a big mess, which is why like the whole thing about like the waste, which you guys are the first ones telling me about this, the waste coming to Michigan, I did not know about.
That's crazy.
But
yeah,
it like to me, and then they stop it once they realize what's going on and all that stuff. To me,
they
like,
bury the story.
Maybe they bury the story after the fact, but maybe it also is all true. Like they just didn't know. It's all miscommunication. Like you know, for it to be anything other than just a massive fuck up, like just like people messing up on every level, miscommunicating and all that, then they would have to be a lot more organized than I think any of us think that they are. Like, you know what I mean?
The F up happens because they let a lot of their people go.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes.
And why do they let them? They let them go. They let them go
money
because the stock market soars. Because they go, you know, there's actually an inverse relationship between the welfare of the average American. And
hold on a minute.
Market.
Hold on a minute.
I'm not going to hold on.
For 2 years. Hold on, though, guy.
Yep.
For 2 years, we were dealing with a pandemic and businesses closing constantly. And anybody who's got a little scrape on their knee right now blames the pandemic why they can't work or they can't do stuff. Are we just forgetting that about the railway and people being able to work or not work or being sick with COVID and stuff like that?
Well,
or not?
You just
is that why they were laid off?
You said they're cutting workers. Is what you said.
Well,
and they were quitting too. They
Well,
weren't coming
but
back to work.
That is, you are making a fair point. Wait, me personally, I don't actually know. Based on the story that I saw from Vice, which, you know, who knows, but like based on that story, my impression was they were laying off people. They have been for a while, but now that you say that, I don't really know any specific dates. Yeah. So you could be totally onto something there, but also like maybe they did this before.
Well, I'm throwing it out there as a hypothetical because I know people hate capitalist and making money and all this stuff.
No,
and,
that's
and-
bullshit, Wayne. That's
well,
bullshit.
come on, guy.
You know
Come
what you're
on.
doing? You know what you're doing? You're
Come
doing
on.
this. You're doing this binary thing. You're doing this.
No, I'm
binary.
not.
Yeah, you are. You're doing a binary thing. If you say there should be some regulations, you're a
Yeah.
fucking communist or a socialist.
No.
That's horseshit. That's bullshit.
No, there's
This
got
is
to be.
Fox News telling you, oh my God, they want some regulations on the railroads. Next week we're gonna be like Cuba. We're gonna be a strict communist dictatorship. You know, I mean,
Huh?
no, we need some regulations. That's why these companies get away with this stuff.
Well,
you don't believe that?
I didn't say that.
I think we do.
You think
believe
that's a
that.
socialist rant? I mean, come on.
No,
man.
I didn't say that.
No, I don't think that at all.
No. See, but here, right? So here's the thing is that businesses do things to make money because they're accountable to shareholders. They have to make money. They have to show that they're making a profit because they owe people money.
Yep.
They have a huge operating cost of retirements, of paying people's salaries, of repairing equipment and doing all that. If these people see that their profits are getting too low, they're going to do whatever they can to prop them back up. And that might even cost safety issues.
And
right, that's where your regulations come in to
but
say
Norfolk
you
Southern
can't
has
do that
posted record profits. You know, they're not
because
the
they've
profits
cut
aren't in the
people.
tank.
Because
They've cut people.
Because they cut people. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and
of course, they're
and,
record profits.
And we're talking about an industry where it's like I'm
Thanks,
sorry,
Stand
like
Up.
when like we've heard. Okay, look, maybe obviously, I would assume for you guys it's much different. For me, in my life, I've heard about anti-cannabis lobbyists, pro-tobacco lobbyists, pro-alcohol lobbyists, like
sure,
pro-war lobby, defense lobbyists, all these different. When's the last time
that's
you
a
heard?
whole nother thing.
Like in my life on the news, I've never heard shit about the railroads. Like nobody seems to really even care about them anymore. So it's like there's not. Like they might be making it might still be like $1 billion industry, but I feel like it's an industry that's like kind of set off on the side that people don't really just pay attention to that much anymore. Even though I hear trains every day, you know what I mean? Like they run right over there. Like,
By the way, I just want to add, I'm a big supporter of capitalism. It's never going to go away. Generally speaking, it's a logical kind of system in many ways.
Well, none of us would be here.
I just think you need some regulations and some guardrails. That's it.
Yeah. No,
absolutely.
I agree. Yeah. I mean,
and Wayne, I didn't mean to attack you personally. Some people, if you say we need some regulations, they're like, we're going to be like, Venezuela. And I'm like, no, we won't. We'll be like we were back in 1977, so.
Yeah, well, Samo says it here. I love this. He says to Dunbub, we need maglev tech now, long overdue. Yeah, I cannot imagine some of these freight cars doing 100 miles an hour and then something goes wrong.
Well, see, that's the thing is in other countries, they have what are they called? What are they called?
Well, like the bullet train in Japan.
Bullet trains. There we go. Bullet trains. Super trains is what I was thinking. But bullet trains. You think those rails aren't checked the rails in the subways in Detroit or in New York?
Yeah.
I like that. Railroads are like analog.
There you go. Right. Guy, I thought you would like that.
That's all I'm saying. I feel bad, man. I didn't mean to pick at you. Linda was bitching at me. I mean, I wasn't attacking you, Wayne. I'm just saying
they're analog in this.
Always blame it on the wife.
I see a lot of this stuff where people are like, if you say we need some regulation, they start conflating that. I want a socialist state or a communist. I'm like, no, we just
stop
sane regulation. That's it.
No, it has nothing to do with
any of that. Yeah, no, nothing to do with any of that.
Well, it has everything to do with people CYA. Everybody's covering their ass, including burying stories. That was my point. And yes, the railroads are old. They're like analog.
They're antiquated.
They're antiquated and they need constant repair.
And quite frankly, they need to be updated. We need to update our rail system to a more modern thing. The technology exists. Other countries prove it. Why aren't
Well,
we doing
here-
it when it's
Yep.
when it's apparently it's still $1 billion industry? Why aren't we fixing it? Come on.
Well,
Like, it's-
Facebook user, I don't know who this is, says unless it's a strike going on and messing with the supply chain, they don't talk about it.
that's
There you
right.
go.
That's right.
There you
Yeah,
go.
and that's the problem. That's the
100%.
problem. You know what I mean? Like ultimately, we need to be taking more
Well,
care
this
of
hits home
what's
too
going on
because
here.
less than a mile behind our house, and we kind of live in the country, but less than a mile is a railroad track that
Yes.
has huge freight trains, and I've worried about it for the last
Same.
10 years.
Yep.
I told Linda if one ever overturns or derails,
We,
get the dogs, get the cat,
Get
the
out.
car, get out. Yeah.
Yo, the train that goes through East it's the one that goes through East Lansing, not Lansing. There's because I'm kind of surrounded by a couple of them.
Zach, you're right.
But there's one that goes through East Lansing, and like two or 3 years ago, I think it was during pandemic sometime. There was a lot of snow. We had a big snow, like not terribly big, but like snow, heavy snow, and the power lines were drooping heavy because they were heavy, and the train going through. Something on the top of the train caught one of the power lines and ripped the power lines out for like 5 miles. Like crazy. So like
Wow.
that's not even a derailment, but like that caused fires, electrical fires down power lines. Like that was a whole thing for like a week here in Lansing.
Yeah.
Like and it affected multiple parts of both East Lansing and Lansing. So like
Yeah.
even if it's not a derailment, something like that can happen. And it's just like, everybody's like, we're in the age of technology now. And that just a low power line getting caught by a hook going by.
Yeah, it doesn't
That
take much.
simple.
Well, basically,
That simple.
infrastructure has been kind of ignored generally. And I mean, you can't do that, man.
I know it's
Yeah.
we're
Well,
not
Zach-
good at that here.
Zach brings up a good point, and I kind of want to drop this here, and I don't want to get into this
Yeah,
because this is a real hot button topic. But Zach says the only pitfall of capitalism is healthcare. It makes sense that you have to let people be sick and die. Oh, it only makes sense that you have to let people be sick and die if they don't have enough money to pay, which is a lot of people. And when we look at the money we spend in this country for, as Burton was talking earlier, defense and the amount of money that goes to other countries, I don't know, what are we doing now? 100 billion to the Ukraine and we're going to stay there to the end and yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. We're tempting World War III. I mean, that money could be used to build houses for people. It could be used to pay medical bills. I mean, we could do that if we wanted to.
Yeah.
And we don't, because we're really ruled by a bunch of psychopaths, if you ask me. But that's just me. So let's leave it at that.
There we go.
Hi,
Yep.
what the
Yeah,
fuck is
I didn't
this?
mean to get to get heated. I've just been
Back
on
to
a
the
lot of
parent.
right-wing things where people, if somebody suggests something like any sort of regulation, people leap to, well, that's what they have in Venezuela or whatever. And I'm like, come on, I hear that a lot. And I'm like, no.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
Yeah.
I got to put this up. This is a Facebook user. He says, Wayne, my name is Denny. I was an environmental program. I probably like environmental like programmer and ended up with the placard book. I used to write the codes on the trains, but oh my God, on what I saw on the rails, mixed chemicals on each train. Ooh. Okay. So yeah, definitely not.
I'd
Very
like to
interesting.
hear more from
stuff
you,
there.
Jenny. That'd be interesting.
Well, thanks.
What does
Thanks
all
for
that mean?
putting. Let's leave that kind of sit there at that point. And I knew this was going to be a wild show for a Sunday, Michelle.
Guys, I'm looking at property in Cheyenne, Wyoming at this time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm on realtor.com.
No,
I mean, no, you don't want to do that because that's closer to Yellowstone.
I've been looking for property in Scotland or Canada or
Damn.
Scotland's nice. I've been
At
to
least it'll
Scotland.
be over fast.
I'm going to look
All right,
back down
Guy,
in Arizona.
what is this?
Let's
Oh,
get back
this
to the
a
scary
buddy of mine who was not into any sort of weird stuff at all. In fact, now he tries to deny this. It freaked him out so bad. But him and his wife, they're my age. They live in a remote area. They don't have they've got grown kids, and he had this what do you call it? A motion activated security
like a
camera in his
security
living
camera?
room, and he woke up. And there was this huge flash of light, he said, and then in his house, and then he saw this on his webcam. And I know him and his wife. He won't even talk about it now. He put it on Facebook for 2 days. And by the way, his father was chased around northern Michigan on some country roads with a UFO right above his car years and years ago. He doesn't want to talk about that either. But this is what he caught. And I mean, if you knew this guy, they live in the middle of nowhere, and he and his wife are like both 70, and he's like, well, you can play it.
And this is in Michigan?
Yeah.
And do we have a rough date time?
I want to say it was about 8 months ago. I can look on my Facebook.
Oh wow, so
Okay.
recent, pretty
Okay.
recent.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
All right, everybody, let's
man.
let's take a look at this and see what we got going on. So I'll replay it here. Hold on. So for people listening, it says, this morning I was the counselor. Known this guy, a contractor since childhood. My man is flipped out. Can't say I blame the guy. Okay, so we play this a little bit more. He woke up at 4 a.m. wide awake, so he thought he'd watch TV until he got tired again. When he checked his doggy cam, there was this headless figure in the house, and then a flash. All right, let's watch. I love ghost stuff. At first I said, could it have been an intruder? He said all the doors were locked. Okay, so there's other things. This guy is a straight arrow, not a drama queen. Holy crap, is that it right there?
Yeah. He doesn't know what that is.
Whoa.
Watch it. Kind of materializes. It's totally bizarre. Now he won't even talk about it. He's so freaked out by it.
And that's the sound in the background is the dude snoring while he's
I
sleeping.
don't know what that is. And that was the outside of his house. It caught that.
So,
That's what his
okay.
house did at the same time.
Camera outside caught this brilliant flash about the same time figure was on camera. Let me back it up a little bit.
He sent me this. He posted it on Facebook. Then he took it down and sent it to me because he was like, like I said, he doesn't want to talk about his dad's UFO sighting. His brother is my age. He's a year younger. And his brother's told me many times that his dad was chased around by a UFO above his car in northern Michigan. So I don't know. All I know is that's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Dude, that's wow. It looks like somebody in like a hospital gown.
It does. And actually, to me, it looked like she was pregnant. It looked like a female pregnant, I mean.
I was thinking more like a tall male.
Well, it might be. I wouldn't swear.
All right, I'm going to blow this up for everybody. Look at that. It's right there.
There's kind of like no head. What is that? I mean, it's a person, I guess.
No, there is no head. Oh my God.
Dude, he was flipped out. And this guy is so straight. I've known him since I was maybe 11, maybe 9. So like 61 years or something, Not
All right, let's see if there's like a belly. Like you were saying pregnant.
It does kind of
look kind of.
Wait a minute. Are the feet not even touching the ground?
It's weird, man. I don't know.
No, hang on. Go back.
Wait a minute. They're casting a shadow.
Are they?
Yeah, watch the feet.
Yeah, it looked like it was.
So it has to be something at least solid enough to block light.
But his wife was in bed and they live like there's nobody even lives near them, man.
Well, the feet are touching the ground once they hit that doorway.
Yeah.
But if you notice, look, watch. Okay, replay that.
Crazy.
Replay that same exact shot and then watch the ankles. You can see through them.
Yeah.
I had a dude that saw this.
Hold on.
He wanted to buy it. I said he didn't want to sell it.
Right there. Watch that right ankle.
You look right there, the right foot. You can see through it and see the background.
But once they get to the doorway and their
It's
foot goes down,
like
it produces a shadow.
Yeah, like it's solid, like he's becoming solid.
Isn't that strange, man?
And right there, when they lift the left foot up off the ground, it almost looks like it's becoming.
Did the guy see that he was married?
Yeah, but
Right
his
there.
wife, I mean, they're 70 years old. I mean, I know him. That's not his wife. It's like-
They're 70. That's not a 70-year-old.
yeah, that ain't his wife. I
See
mean,
how it almost looks translucent right there?
Oh
his
my
wife
God.
his wife was asleep.
Like,
Wow.
I'm with him. My first thought would
Yeah.
be fucking intruder. Like that's
But in a nightgown? All right, everybody
That's
that's
so
listening
weird.
to this,
I don't
if
know
you're
what it is.
listening to this on
yeah. Can anybody
audio, you
debunk
gotta
this? Like,
watch
what
this
do we
video.
got? Yeah.
You got to watch it.
Can
I was
anybody-
gonna
like,
say, do they have any what do I want to like
Whoa,
halfway houses
Whoa, whoa.
or
hold on.
No, I know
Do
where you're
they-
driving at, Michelle.
yeah,
Not-
if
not-
like
not-
somebody
not
got
that I-
into the
no.
house.
No, and
they're in the middle
Look-
of nowhere, right?
Yeah,
No.
look, okay. So look to the left of this TV. Do you see like the little glow with the like, I want to say it looks like a shadow around it along the wall? Do you see that?
Left. Where's the TV?
what do you mean?
I can't point it out on here.
Is
but
is the TV
right
the black
in the
box
middle.
on the right?
Are you talking
Yeah.
about that?
No,
Yeah,
the
okay.
little dot. There's a little dot
like,
on
kind-
the wall.
It looks like a hallway in the top left corner of the hallway.
Right.
what
So
you're
you
talking
see
about?
the
Yes,
hallway there.
Yes.
Look to the right of the door frame in
That's a
between
dimmer
the
switch.
TV. Well, watch what happens though. Watch this.
What's it do?
It lights up. See, it's not there right now. The-
Okay. Do it
The
again. do it
switch, you
again.
don't know it's a switch there.
Man, that is weird.
Dude, watch.
I wish you
It-
knew this guy.
look
'cause,
at-
man.
Oh, there,
Look
right
at-
there.
see?
right there.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I saw that. Yeah,
there.
what is that?
It's like a mist. Like he walks out of it walks out of a mist.
Yeah. It
I
looks
know
to me, it
chat's
looks-
going crazy
you-
right now, but
I
I
know you
can't.
said it looked like a dude. I thought it looked female, but I don't know. You can't really tell.
Look, this is one of those videos where you
See
know,
right
there's-
there.
I watch. I
Right
spend
there.
I spend probably way more time than anyone should watching Bigfoot, encrypted, and paranormal videos like this. All I can say about this one is either it's a really, really good fake or that's real. And not
No,
only
I
that,
know-
keep playing
dude,
it.
I know this
Wait,
guy.
keep
I
playing it.
know this guy. This guy builds decks and he's got no time. He doesn't know anything about, he didn't fake anything. And he was scared.
No,
shitless.
and I'm not saying
Okay, here you
anybody
go.
has, but play it all the way to the end and after the
going.
thing passes. Listen.
Is that the craziest thing you've ever seen?
It is. One of. See
What
right
is
there.
that? What was it doing in the kit? It sounds like it walks into the kitchen and does something. Like, listen.
I don't know what that thing that's going boing, boing. I don't know what that is.
There's like a crash though. It sounds like it's moving
Yeah.
pots, like at the very end.
Yep, there's like a clunk.
Yeah, it's like like literally sounds like I'm taking out a pot from the cupboard.
Dude, this is pretty cool.
And what in the world? He had that camera outside and you could see the whole house. There's this flash. He said
Yep.
it was just,
All right, this
I
is
don't-
the last run through. This is good.
I thought you guys would especially, I know Burton, you're early into this.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anything like this. And I know this guy, like I said, I've known him like 60 years. I mean, I played in a band with him and his brother. I mean, their kids are doctors. This guy's not a flake. I mean, it scared the hell out of him.
You can hear something moving, and then there's the lights.
What the hell it would be, I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, it's a person or something.
Interesting.
Dude, that's a good one.
That was a good one. I don't know what to make
Did
of that.
I redeem myself for getting heated about the
Oh, you're fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's just,
dude, stop.
I'm just upset. I'm upset with our country for not taking better care of the public. That's all.
Yeah.
But anyway, ghosts. I thought that was the most amazing thing. He had it up for a couple of days on like regular Facebook. And
see, Guy, you're not the only one.
that's what I
was
thought.
that a baby bump?
That's what I thought.
Or
Yeah.
somebody with a beer belly, like really skinny legs and then a beer gut.
Yeah. This is everybody's gonna have a different takeaway.
Yeah.
It looked to me like a chick that was pregnant, you know. But
Okay, FAP.
a balloon.
It's a balloon.
A weather balloon.
It's a Chinese spy
It
balloon.
was actually it was swamp gas, guys.
We
We
should
need
have
to shoot it down.
scrambled some F-16s or something to shoot it
Yeah.
down.
That's what the flash was. They blew up his house. Wow.
Balloon, man. Yeah, he had it up for like 2 days, and then it was funny too. He didn't want to talk to me about it. You know, he sent me this thing in the morning. He says, "Guy, I know I can talk to you about this. What is this? What is this?" And because I've talked about UFO stuff, and I said, "Man, I don't know, man. If that ain't you or your wife, I don't know." And then it was on Facebook for a couple of days, and he took it off. He's got a real thing about he doesn't want to be associated with like his dad seeing a UFO. He doesn't want to be the crazy guy, right?
Who's
He's a
kind of triggered
contractor.
by that stuff.
Yeah. So he's
well,
not
if that's the case, and it wasn't him or his wife, and like the last person just said, could it just be a camera glitch of someone walking by? If it wasn't either of the two people in the house walking by, then I believe him, and I don't know how to explain it.
I had a guy. I'll tell you. This my final comment on this. Just is I'm in a group that's a bunch of experiencers, people who've seen UFOs. Many of those people have seen ghosts. And a guy wanted to buy this, and I said I don't think he wants to sell it. And I asked my buddy, and he said no, I don't want to sell this thing.
Yeah,
you know. So,
well, next live we do, not this one coming up, but the one after. Since we're gonna have on what I'm gonna play here in a minute, another trailer from John Yost and the Alien Abduction Answers movie. We're going to have him on this coming Saturday, and this is another trailer that was created for that. But my daughter caught something. Literally, you can watch the cat interact with it, but it's a like a shadow orb that goes off of her bed and across her room, and she caught it. And once I get it transferred from the phone onto my computer, I'll play that for you guys. So I don't know what that is, but I'll show you all that. So, but anyways, let's take a look at this.
I noticed he's got some great reviews from Jacques Vallée and Grant
If you've
Cameron.
been face to face with something so alien as an intelligence from another planet or dimension, that will change you. It changed me.
Wherever you are in the world, is Grant Cameron. I have only one word. If you don't watch this, you're going to miss something, because it's about time someone did this documentary.
Linda.
It is the best documentary I've seen, which has a lot of stories about it and a lot of myth about it, and that's the alien abduction phenomenon. This documentary gets it exactly right.
Man, that looks like good stuff. I can't wait to talk to him about it. So there you go. Streaming on Amazon, Apple TV, Google Play, Kino Now, Vimeo On Demand, and Vudu. So, and he will be our guest on Saturday. Oh God, Burton's got a cat. Look out. This is a dog show, dude.
There you
He's
go.
so mad at me right
Like
now.
you're kidding. Oh, he's a pretty guy or girl, whatever he is. Oh, it's a mean one. I can tell.
Yep. March. Yep. Barry's right. And just real quick, we're still looking at trying to find a place to get everybody together and do some sky watching in March, since March is Michigan's UFO month. Absolutely.
I want to bring you guys up to Baldwin Road in Genesee County.
I know where Baldwin Road is.
I want to park
we gotta
facing that grove of trees where now 4 people that I know of have had the identical experience, different years spanning 23 years. The things out there a lot in March, always. So,
and this is obviously next week.
It's crazy.
Next Friday is March 3rd, guys.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's already here.
Yeah,
it is. We're almost there. So everybody watching and listening to this should be getting ready to put their eyes up to the sky for sure. Look every night and make sure you have a camera or your cell phone with you to try to catch things. So,
and if we do this, if we are together out there at some point in March, somehow or another, I will try to find a way to like live stream it or at least something to like to let people be involved. So
do you know where did you say you know where Baldwin Road is and that grove of trees on US 23?
I don't know the specific grove of trees you're talking about, but I know Baldwin Road. Yeah.
I'll send you a Google Maps thing or something.
Yeah. We can work all that out. And speaking of streaming live, we will be setting up a live show from the restaurant here in New Boston, Michigan, where we're going to live stream right from the restaurant that you saw that commercial for.
I want a Coney Island, man.
So, so we're going to turn it into an event. We're just going to get everything. Yeah, have people come out. We're going to hang out and have some food and have people come up to a live microphone and tell their story. So be really cool. So we'll get all that information put together. That'll be probably late April, early May, where the weather's halfway decent. And we can have people coming up from Ohio and driving from all over. And maybe Guy and Burton will come down and we'll all sit around.
Invite me, I'll be there.
Yeah.
If I'm above ground, I'd come down. And I would be nice and on like I was tonight.
Above ground.
Give
You're always nice.
Give my socialist rant, which was not a socialist rant.
Guy, let it go. Nobody was saying that.
Lynn, my wife was screaming at me. She was
so he's getting it from the background. Okay.
Oh yeah. Well,
that makes more sense now then, at least.
I have an editor.
There we go.
Yeah, an editor. Yeah, he's got an in-person editor.
All right, look, guys, we've been at this an hour and 45 minutes. So,
wow.
Michelle and I got work at about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Well, you guys are what? You're Orthodox Amish, right?
Orthodox Amish.
You got to raise some barns.
Otherwise known as teachers. Yes.
Got to get up and feed the chickens.
All right, everybody. Wow. So this coming Saturday, we'll have another live show. And Guy and Burton will hopefully be joining us. And if not, whoever joins us is more than welcome as we talk to John Yost, who is the creator of that documentary, Alien Abductions Answers. And we're going to talk to him about his experience and the experience of making a documentary. And that'll be a really cool interview for us to do live. So it's going to be something new for us to do. Instead of just chatting with people, we'll try to do a more like an interview style.
You mean we're not going to be like a pet channel anymore?
No. But if you want to send dog pictures in, we'll put up dog pictures during the broadcast. Yeah. Let's see what else we got going on. We got Preston Denton coming on. MUFON investigator, big researcher, got his own channel and puts people's stories out there. So he's going to come on in about 3 weeks. And there's Charlie. Is that Charlie?
That's Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie's been a kind of a peckerhead today, but Charlie, how you doing, buddy? Can you stick your ears up to prove he's kind of a defective Chihuahua.
Yeah, he's an international superstar.
Oh, I love you, buddy.
So, all right, everybody. I think that's what we got coming up. And Gemma Jade will be joining us too before the end of March. So we'll get more information out on all of that stuff. So I say we call it a night. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Charlie's waving, baby.
Yeah. Charlie's waving goodbye.
While he's biting my thumb.
Oh, wait, hang on.
What?
I did have one thing real quick. I almost forgot. But anyone out there that's listening right now, this week it was announced that my podcast, Lost in the Dark podcast, is an official sponsor of the upcoming Toledo Death Fest. And we will be there. We will have this is actually an exclusive for you guys right now. This hasn't been announced anywhere else yet, but we will be there with a booth set up throughout the day for any fans or any bands to come by and give a little quick 10-minute interview. Again, in Toledo, that's June 3rd at the Main Street Bar and Grill, Toledo Death Fest. It's Death Metal Festival. So any of you metalheads out there that want to check out a great death metal festival, check out Toledo Death Fest on all social media.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Let's get a Coney Island, man.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Lafayette's.
All right, Burton, thanks for joining us. Guy,
Peace and
thanks
love.
for joining us. All right, everybody. This has been a wild night. It went all over the place, but thank you for joining us on this Sunday special hangout live show with After the Cast. Make sure if you want to support the podcast, links are down below in the show description. And you can find Burton's shows down there, Lost in the Dark, and also Follow the Reaper, and a link to Guy Merritt's YouTube channel with all of his stories and things listed there. So, and if you want to contact any of them, all of those contact information is there. So, all right, everybody. Atlantis is found. Diane Boss, Intergalactic, Samo, yeah, Stu, all of you guys, Barry, Eris, Aaron, all of you that are out there, thank you for joining us. Thank you for hitting that like and subscribe. We really appreciate it and love you guys. So with that being said, we are out of here. Good night, everyone. And remember, we're close to March, and keep your eyes to that sky.